The chills, not just from the weather outside.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Julian Mininsohn, Alex Crescenti here with your Friday Night Sports Extra. Playoffs well underway.
You know, coaches always, what's that saying that coaches always use? Remember November? Well, we're in November now. It is playoffs for everyone. Washington, Idaho, pretty much every state across the nation. So it is win or go home for a lot of these teams now.
Yeah, and we're going to start with the 3A round of 32 matchup. Let's get things going. Mount Spokane taking on Lake Washington. The student section for Mount Spokane absolutely brought it. Look at that. Now, as for the actual game, Lake Washington looking to punt. And Alex, there are only two things you block.
Oh, no.
Your X and punts. And Jackson Hale did one of those things right there. Mount Spokane takes over on downs, but it would be short-lived. Check this out. Next play, TJ Haberman. He's back to pass, and his pass is picked off by Lake Washington's Tyler Jones. Jones will take it all the way into Spokane territory. A penalty brought this one back a little bit. Mount Spokane only led 7-3 going into the second quarter.
It's not going down
that's
easily.
When the Wildcats turned it up. Ethan Keene, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Runs it in for the score. Mount Spokane goes up 14-6. Now, the Wildcats would get the ball back. Their defense was absolutely phenomenal. Check out the stiff arm, though, Alex. Rece Schuerman, sit down, young fella.
That's an angry run.
21-6. Wildcats after the score. Mount Spokane brought its A game tonight. And Tristan Olsen, he gets in on the scoring party with a touchdown of his own, stays on his feet. I mean, just make it stop already, will you? Mount Spokane wins 35-13. Wildcats, they go on to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're going to be a threat in the state tournament there. How about a little 4A matchup? Gonzaga-prep and Moses Lake in a crossover matchup. Winner to the round of 16 next week. Opening drive of the game, Sam Oman will take the pitch, and he's going to cut out to the outside. Gains the first down, taking the ball deep into Moses Lake territory. A few plays later, it's going to be Lilo Makalele finishes the drive off with a dive into the end zone, and the Bullpups lead this game early on. On the ensuing Mavericks possession, they're inside the red zone, but quarterback Brock Clark is going to get into some trouble, and a couple of Bullpup players there to meet him, forces a fumble. But Moses Lake takes over. They have to just go settle for the field goal to make it a 7-3 game. And you're thinking maybe GPEP is going to be able to take control on the ground game and run away with it. Well, not so fast, because they drive all the way down inside the Mavericks' 5-yard line, but on fourth down, the rush is stopped and Moses Lake takes over on downs. Then they go 97 yards down the field, and Clark finishes it off with a QB sneak from an inch out to give Moses Lake their first lead of the game. This is where things get interesting. Just before the end of the half, G-Prep driving. Nick Banky is going to take the pitch and gets the Bullpups into some range to make one last play before the break. And get ready for this, Julian. On the final play of the half, JoJo Shortwell is going to roll out and heave it down the field into the end zone. And in the scrum, it's Oman. He comes out with it. It's the touchdown for G-Prep. They take the lead going into the prep. Yeah, we see you, Sam. We see you there. That ends up being the difference maker, because guess what? They hang on to win this one 28-26. Moses Lake was going for a 2-point conversion to tie this game up as in the final seconds of this game. But Gonzaga Prep, they are the victors here. They will be moving on to the round of 16 4A. They can do some damage here. They certainly did last year, but maybe they can even go all the way.
Talk about a receiver, right place, right time. And your camera, right place, right time.
I know. It's just sort of, you get lucky with these things, but, you know, luck favors the prepared.
Yeah, so we had the Washington playoffs. We'll have a little bit more of that. Idaho as well. They're in playoff action tonight. We'll have highlights of Post Falls after the break on Friday Night Sports Extra. Keep it here.